The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
It's too early for this, Mom. Oh, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Seahawks Sessions, episode 19. Is it really 19? We've done this for 19 episodes.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yep.
Because when did we start last season?
We started before the Packers game last year.
Yeah, probably the Packers game. Yes, because then we did the Vikes game. Yeah, I'm trying to think, but it was late in the season because I remember. Do you remember me telling the story about how the first show my computer crashed and everything was bad?
Yeah,
and then the power company came and undid the power to my house while I was in the bathroom.
Oh no! I remember this story. Yes.
Oh yeah.
We have a cred head that's in the comment right now, and Dustin, you know who she is.
I exactly know who she is.
Hi, Deez. How you doing?
Yeah. Des doesn't miss a show. And she's active in the Discord.
Credit. Give her credit.
That's right.
She's on time. I will give her credit for that.
Active. Oh yeah. You like active.
Resident Alabama fan.
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah,
okay.
Of course.
Well, unfortunately for her, Clemson over here. So
I know that, Kevin. You got that custom banner. We've talked about it so many times, but it is so cool. The custom banner. It is a trademark.
There's fireworks going on outside for some reason.
What? Maybe for Labor Day? I don't know.
Do you celebrate Labor Day with fireworks?
I don't believe so.
I know.
Why
I don't
is there fireworks outside?
You know, New York's a different region. I don't know what y'all be doing up there.
I mean,
I don't know. Like, here's the funny part. Like, we do get a lot of firework activity on Long Island, which is weird because it's super illegal here for some reason. But like,
well, it's New York, just like in Utah, everything's legal in Utah. So,
yeah, we can't have
most stuff is very illegal in Utah. That's
right. That's why you have to go to Nevada or, you know, especially talking about fireworks, you got to go to Wyoming for that. So
yeah, wow, all the way to Wyoming from Utah.
Jesus,
that's a trip.
Yeah.
But anyway,
well, it depends on where you live.
It's true. Jesus. Welcome to the Department of BS from the beaches of lovely Long Island, New York. This is Seahawks Sessions. I'm Dan Cruz, part of Belly Up Sports and Belly Up Media Networks and the Time to BS family of shows. Follow the show wherever you get your podcasts on. Also, social medias, they're the same. At Time to BS Podcast, at Daniel Smooth if you want to follow me. Kevin's coming to you from the great state of Texas. Also a resident fan of literally every single team on his flag, but because, you know, but why the heck not? I think Kevin takes
at the top, just so you know that.
Oh, okay. All right.
There you go. I think Kevin takes the cake of like the most random group of teams that he's a fan of. But like,
well, that's because I've lived probably, you know, just about everywhere in the country.
That's a good point. So that's a fair point. He's got a good excuse in that part. Yeah. Dustin's coming to you from the capital region of Albany, New York. Also, resident Seahawk fan here. Welcome to Seahawks Sessions, as we did talk about. Get the show wherever you get your podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Good Pods, or now on iHeartRadio and Amazon Music, and live shows on YouTube. So, yeah,
big changes
the world. How about that? Throughout the universe.
We've done live before, but it's been weird because for some reason, like there's a couple shows here on the network that take up like all of the recording space.
I'm sorry. No, I don't know.
No, it's not you. It's not you guys. Dustin.
I know.
Aside.
Move it aside. Delete your crap.
We're coming through. Okay.
We're coming through. Full steam ahead.
That's right.
We're coming along full steam ahead on the BS Express.
That's right. We're less than 1 week away.
Yeah!
Yeah, the train
That's
whistle.
what we're talking about,
Train
right
whistle.
there.
Here we go. And
We have just we're in the upper echelon. What's the word?
echelon.
Echelon. Thank you.
I did that like after we finished streaming. I was like, I have an idea. How is it that I am autistic and don't have a train sound?
Man, that thing is like the Rystradamus thunderclap on No Creds. It's got such a long tail on it. You can't use it.
The BS Express.
Yeah, the BS Express. And let me just
takes no prisoners, by the way, either. So
it does take no prisoners. It's like, it's like what is it? Wicked Metal or something like that. There's a game on the PlayStation 2. I can't remember.
Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal. Thank you,
There
Dustin.
we go. I got you.
Thank you. Twisted Metal. We're on the Fury Road to throw some Mad Max in there.
Yeah.
okay, Fury Road. That'll work.
Fantastic movie. Fantastic movie. I don't think it was that fireworks is loud. Turn it down.
I can't hear it, but I will agree with you. It's not just in Long Island. For some reason, even up here in the capital region of New York, we get random firework activity all the time. And I'm like,
you also have farmers up there that just shoot fireworks.
That's
Am I wrong though? You guys have farmers in the Amish are up there too. They have fireworks and probably Roman candles and like on helicopters and stuff.
That's further out. You got to get to. I'm in Albany County. You got to. Well, it's not quite that far. I mean, but there's parts. You got to get to. Schoharie County out here, which is probably about 45 minutes to an hour away from me. That's when you really start getting into some farmland, and then there's parts. But there is a town here, and I'll keep it anonymous because I'm giving away where I live. But there is a town here, like where you're driving. I live in the suburbs, and there's a certain town that when you drive through it, you just all of a sudden you're in the middle of farmland, like out of nowhere, and you feel like you're in another state. You're like, where is this?
Where am I?
Yeah.
Where am I? Their crickets are too loud.
Yeah.
Are there any Children of the Corn vibes going on up in there or what?
I would imagine there'd be a lot of corn
in
up
that town. Yeah, in that town, and you'd see some of the people from that town come down into like the bowling alleys, and they got this wide-eyed look,
Yeah, in the original, I'm talking about, not any garbage remake.
They've seen some stuff in the cornfields and probably some aliens and some symbiotes if you're into Venom or
How could you not be into Venom
or xenomorphs?
Okay, that will work too.
The Alien franchise.
That's right. That's right.
All right.
Or if you're interested in this, you may see Predator. I'm not talking about just some crazy creepy person over there and just
starts a conversation like that. I just sat down.
All right.
Okay.
Anyway, we've gone off the deep end. The BS Express is in full force.
Oh man!
I think we went off the deep end a little earlier than we usually do. But,
we usually go off the deep end like 20 or 30 minutes in, but whatever.
Yeah.
Texter writes in, bullfrogs are very loud here. Just keep that in mind. I'm sure down in Alabama, I'm sure it's just, or wherever. Where is she from? I'm not sure.
I don't know, and I'm not sure.
That doesn't really give it a whole lot away. So I don't know.
Let's keep it that way. I'm pretty sure she's from like Kentucky or something like that, and she secretly roots for the University of Kentucky for some reason, which is a sacrilege on Alabama football.
No, it's tenuous. We're trying to convert her to a Seahawks fan. But she tuned in to Victory Monday to watch Ryan and Dan talk Jets. So it's
She did. Give her credit where credit is due. Don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe to the show. And if you are joining in the live stream as Deez is clearly is, engage in the comments, speak your mind, and be nice out there. There's a lot of crazies going on out there.
Yeah.
Potentially shooting fireworks and barbecuing squirrels or something like that, or just it's crazy. It's a crazy world out there.
It is.
It looks
Fortunately, here we got it going on. So,
there you go.
Mobile, Alabama. I was right.
Okay. I'm
Okay.
sure this is not the first time she's heard this, but that makes me think of Forrest Gump because of the way that Tom Hanks all of a sudden drops his accent that he's been doing as Forrest Gump when he says Mobile, Alabama. He Greenbow. Sorry, I misquoted the movie, but he does the Tom Hanks yell where he's like Greenbow, Alabama, and he just sounds like Tom Hanks and not Forrest Gump.
I have a terrible joke, but I think it's gonna be great.
Oh man! All right, lay it on us.
Oh Jesus, this may be terrible, but we're gonna find out. What generation is Forrest Gump from?
Jenny. Yeah, I was trying to get there.
I tried. It was. I think I've told that joke before on this podcast a couple of times, but
I don't know.
We're off to a great start, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, we are.
We didn't even get to Seahawk football.
I know.
It's coming. It's coming.
It's coming. All right. It's coming around the mount where she comes. That's for dang sure.
Yeah.
We do need to get the roster cut down.
Okay.
Because the 53-man roster was announced. We will get to the massive trade that did happen that did happen in the NFL, and we will laugh hilariously at Cowboys Supreme Overlord Jerry Jones, and also we'll probably laugh at the Packers because you never know at these things. But also, oh geez, what I have written down here? I can't remember. I had it written down in my notes.
We're predicting the playoffs today, if I'm correct.
Thank you, Kevin.
Playoff predictions, yes.
Playoffs.
And
Jim Morris Sr. in there. We also got the Smooth Report makes a delightful return.
Oh, we are very much looking forward to that.
This is delightful indeed.
And if we might say, because remember on the Smooth Report last time, what did you talk about?
Can't remember.
Do you not recall?
Oh, Trey Hendrickson, right?
No.
We'll talk about him too. Yes.
Yeah, we'll talk about him as well. We you brought up a certain restaurant.
Oh, that was on BS of the week.
Oh, yeah. Cracker Barrel. Yes, that was Cracker Barrel. Yeah, we'll get. That's a delightful one. That's
because we discussed that on this very show, they changed their mind.
They did.
That's how powerful we are. So
we clearly make a difference here, Kevin.
That's right.
We do.
We also have
we're humble
uniform.
as well. So
we also have the new uniforms because those are awesome.
Okay, I want to get into that.
Yeah, well, do you want to get to the new uniforms first, or you want to talk about the roster cut down? What do you guys think?
I'm good with either direction. I got notes. I'm ready to go.
We could talk about the uniforms and be done with that relatively quickly. I would say.
Wow, Kevin does not like the new uniforms?
No. I think that I'm the only one that does like them.
What the hell? I'm the other one too.
Okay.
Because everything I have heard on Reddit, Twitter, wherever, they're saying that they're awful. And I don't agree.
You can't please Seahawk Twitter. You can't.
Well, you can't. And I get the point.
They're like a teenager.
That's right.
You can't please a teenager. You can't make a teenager happy.
Right.
They have to make themselves happy.
And I understand where they're saying, well, this looks like, University of Oregon redo or whatever it is, but I like it. And so I'm down.
Yeah, I mean, people, okay, so I'm probably the most negative in the room, but even because I've been vocal on this show that the Wolf Gray uniforms, the previous iteration, were my least favorite iteration of Seahawk uniforms.
Well,
but people have been saying we look like the Oregon Ducks ever since the uniform switched to the current, what many people deem as the current uniform. So that's all. People have been saying that forever. We can disregard that. And also, I would like to make a point to you, fair gentlemen. I don't know if you agree with me, but I'll go with my thoughts quickly on the uniform. I love the helmet. The helmet is awesome.
The helmets are cool.
Is bringing it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love that helmet, and I like the blue accents on the gray uniform. These wolf gray uniforms I prefer much more than the original iteration of the wolf gray uniforms. But people on the internet, of course, they're going to be the majority of people that comment on the internet are going to be the ones that do the negative comments, right? How often do you see a positive comment on the internet? Like, they're out there, but they're few and far between. So I would argue that there's probably a non-vocal majority of people that are cool with the new uniforms. It's just that you hear about the keyboard warriors that don't like them. But I don't know.
And let me just say, because I guess I might be one of the few who have not been a fan of the neon yellow or whatever.
Oh, the highlighter uniforms. I love them.
You can see from outer space.
The frog uniforms.
I love them.
I'm not a fan. Never have been.
I enjoy them. I'm a psychopath. I enjoy those kind of uniforms.
Dan and I are on the same page. We like them.
But these uniforms are miles better than those.
All right.
And I would like the Seahawks to go back to the uniforms they had back in the beginning, because that's what got me as a Seahawks fan in the first place.
I think they're going to wear them multiple times this year. I've
heard that, and I hope that turns out to be true, because that Seahawk helmet, the first one,
the totem pole,
brought it.
Yes.
And continues to do so. So
yes, the totem pole helmet looked awesome.
It did.
It still
like
does.
I said, that's why I am sitting here with you fine gentlemen today, because of that helmet.
Mm-hmm.
And I told that story before, so.
Yeah, you have. You have told this story before. At first I was like, huh, that's interesting. But then as I sat on it, I was like, oh, the details look cool. And then you get to more and more of the details. And when I saw the helmet, I was like, okay, these are cool. I'm not going to buy the jersey because that's ridiculous. But like, did you see the price of how those jerseys are?
No, I didn't.
I did not, and I'm afraid to ask.
$200.
Oh yeah, no, to quote Randy Jackson, that's a no from me, dog.
Yeah.
Well done.
That's well done right there.
That's a good one. Delightful. You get the sonic ring of approval.
Of course, I've never been a fan of wearing somebody else's uniform to begin with. As far as having the name on the back of it. That's why Russell Wilson worked out so well for me when he was a Seahawk, because that just flowed right in.
And Luke Wilson.
Yeah. So
Luke too. Yeah.
Yes.
Techno Tuesdays.
That's right.
Techno Tuesdays.
I could see, I'm sure they'll have it out where it's like a shirt, not a jersey, some sort of shirt or something. I could see that.
Yeah, they'll figure this out down the road.
Yeah.
You never know these things. We do need to get to our quick mandatory break.
Okay.
But when we do come back, we will give you everything you need to know with the Smooth Report. And we'll also talk about a massive, and I mean seismic, trade that happened in the NFL. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after these messages and after a word from our friends over at Canadips. This show ain't free, so time for some ads.
Hey guys, this is Hector from the Insert Name FC podcast, here to tell you guys about Canadips. It is a great tasting, superior alternative to traditional dip using CBD in a way that is radical, enjoyable, and effective. It comes in 5 core flavors: wintergreen, mint, citrus, mango, and American spice. Canadips CBD is the new evolution in dip, allowing guys to enjoy great, long-lasting taste without the downsides. If you guys want to go ahead and try them out, use the code BELLYUP20 at CanadipsCBD.com. Once again, BELLYUP20 at CanadipsCBD.com, and you'll get yourself 20% off your purchase. Thank you again for Canadips for being a great partner of Belly Up Sports.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Use the promo code wow, I can't speak. BellyUp20 in all caps for 20% off your order at Canadips.com. Now, with that being said, let's begin with a new and delightful tradition here on this program, the Smooth Report. This is the Smooth Report, our weekly news broadcast here on Time to BS and Seahawks Sessions. Amidst the growing frustration between the two camps, the Bengals and All-Pro defensive end Trey Hendrickson have agreed to a new one-year deal worth about $30 million. Hendrickson will still be a free agent after the 2025 season, but the Bengals caved in while Mike Brown did, and gave the All-Pro pass rusher a new short-term deal, who led the NFL in sacks with 17.5 this past season. We have football and pop culture drama at the same time. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have announced their engagement.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Have announced their engagement, which means the countdown to the hottest new breakup album starts right now. And finally, it is technically illegal to hunt whales in the state of Oklahoma. That means you failed geography. This has been the Smooth Report.
Well, apparently they have golden hurricane up there in Oklahoma somehow too. So I don't know what that says about them.
Golden hurricanes?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Am I scared to know what a golden hurricane is?
I don't. Yeah, maybe we should Google
Tulsa, University of Tulsa. Golden hurricane.
I'm going to Google this. I'm scared.
The Golden Hurricanes. I wonder if was that a name change, Kevin? Was that a recent?
I don't know for sure on that one.
Because we have a university around here, Union, and they changed their name to the Garnet Chargers. But it's
what
not.
In the world what is Garnet? What is that?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we have
a color, or what is that?
He's right. The University of Tulsa Golden Hurricanes. He's right because of the golden.
Because they played in a bowl game down here, and they played the University of Utah, which we attended. And I had my University of Utah pillow, which I was showing off to the whole crowd. And University of Utah won the game.
Nice. So, okay.
Very pleased that day. Armed Forces.
What's a Ute?
Yeah, we can get into that.
Yeah, but well, Joe Pesci, he saw a couple of the Utes driving the car. Oh man! Oh, I get the crickets. for my cousin Vinny.
You know what? Good point.
That's one of the most quotable movies in the history of mankind, right there. So.
Rodents of unusual sizes? I don't believe they exist.
Oh man!
Anyway,
speaking of Princess Bride, you guys have heard of there was a player for Boise State, I think it was, who had 6 fingers on their right hand, and the comments were Princess Bride quotes up the wazoo, like someone was looking for you.
Oh man!
Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Garnet is a color. She's pumping in comments. I love this.
Oh yeah, no, and like I said,
Garnet is a color. This is true. Garnet is a color. It's also a gemstone. Believe it or not, if my memory serves me correct. Anyway, we got stuff to talk about
from afar that it is. So,
thank you, Mrs. Wilson. Anyway, so we have the 53
man with these colors.
I don't know.
Kevin Garnett's the only Garnett that I'm aware of. But
anyway, we have the 53-man roster to get to.
Okay, let's discuss it.
Offensive line was announced as of earlier this afternoon. So Charles Cross, Gray Zabel, Anthony Bradford, Abe Lucas, and the center, as of right now, is Jalen Sundell.
Yeah, all right. You're correct on that, Dustin.
He's starting week 1 against San Francisco.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see where this goes, I guess. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? I mean, it's not like he's going to be, Joey Hunt.
No, I mean, I think, and the thing is, for the first time that I can recall, since one Max Unger left town,
That's right.
we will have some stability at center, because I was pleased with the play of multiple going out for that position.
Yeah.
You know,
Yui or that I brought up last week.
Yeah. And Hawk blogger Brian Nemhauser, he was very high on Jalen Sundell for a number of years since he got here as a rookie. He's been very high on this kid for a while. So to see him starting at center, and he can play some fullback too. He's shown that he can play fullback if need be. Also, God forbid Brady Russell.
I think they're set at fullback. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Brady Russell and his delightful salad of hair, and Robbie Oates the potato chip.
Oh man,
Is that more fullbacks on the Seahawks roster than the entire rest of the NFL?
Well, that's the thing.
I'm willing to bet money on that. Yeah, that's a good point.
I think so. I mean,
I'm willing to bet money on that because
not
not only
fullback is a position that is done away with.
Yeah,
not only that, but they have 5 tight ends on this roster.
Yeah,
right. Because that's right. Because he also acts as a tight. He can be
Russell. Robbie Oates can play tight end. So can Russell. Yes.
And so
technically, yes, they have 5 tight ends, but
yeah,
that's crazy to me. That's the biggest surprise. And Kevin, you mentioned it. You mentioned it in the comments of Tuesday's episode of No Credentials Required. And I have to say, if we're talking about the roster, so Torrey Horton deserved to make the team, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
As did George Helwani. He played great. But the thing that surprises me is the 4 tight ends. I figured that Arroyo would make the roster with
he was too high of a draft pick to not make the roster.
Had. And then I also am not surprised, obviously, that oh geez, why am I that Barner, of course, we've seen
right.
Barner.
And that's a name that we have not heard the entire preseason.
Well, yeah. The thing that
probably a good thing we haven't heard that.
The thing that I'm most confident with going into this season is that they have clearly shown, the Seahawks have, what they want to do. Yeah. They clearly want to be physical. They want to be physical on the line.
They want to be physical. And Nick Collerup, is that a name? Is that one of the great names you've ever heard?
That's a tight end name.
Yeah.
He's also huge.
You talk about a guy that came out of nowhere, and I think that the fact they've got 4 tight ends says to me, Arroyo made the team, and that's great, but his blocking still leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah.
And so they need, if he's in the game, he's not there to block anybody.
He's there to catch passes.
He's a fourth receiving option.
Yeah.
That's right. And there was no secret to that.
Yeah.
Right when he was drafted, I said that.
Yep.
But still, 4 tight ends really is a shock to me.
And George Helwani, I was really surprised that they only had 3 running backs.
That is a little concerning.
That was a little concerning, but that means they're very confident in Kenneth Walker's health.
Okay, so because I talked about this on our Tuesday show, because I was real high on Kenneth Walker going into the preseason. Yes. And all you heard was he's not practicing, he's not practicing, he's not practicing, he's not practicing. So then I was like, well, get Charbonnet on your team.
Yep.
So, but I think Damian Martinez.
Yeah, I was a little concerned about that too.
Yes, he lost too much ground, I think, in that very first game.
Yeah.
He may come back up in the second game, but it clearly wasn't enough. And so he's on the practice squad. Nobody else signed him, which I thought was a great thing. And so he can come right in and be on if they need him. And I've learned more about the practice squad than I ever knew ever before.
Yeah,
that if somebody could swoop in and sign a guy off the practice squad if they want.
Yeah, Josh Gordon happened here a few times.
Yep.
That's right. Yep. And there's 17 guys on the practice squad. I had no clue that it was that you could have that many guys on a practice squad.
Eternity events, believe it or not. But the other thing I'm a little stunned about, and this could change during the season. I know that Riley Mills and Jonathan Hankins are starting off on the injured list for a little while. Riley Mills tore his ACL, right?
Right.
He tore his ACL. So he's going to be out for at least the first 6 games of the year. Jonathan Hankins is a back issue. Okay. That's fine. You have only 4 defensive linemen technically by trade on this roster right now. It's Byron Murphy, Mike Morris, Jaron Reed, and Big Cat Leonard Williams. That's it. So, which means they're either really freaking confident in Byron Murphy, taking that gigantic leap of faith into his second year, or they're going to put DeMarcus Lawrence on the defensive line. Either or, not a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's where he'll end up.
Yeah, Lawrence is on the defensive line. There's no question in my mind about that.
Yeah, Lawrence can play outside linebacker if called upon, but because of the fact that they run a 3-4 scheme, or technically a 2-4, technically it's a 2-4, but whatever. It's a base nickel defense. So I was a little surprised also that when they signed Shaquille Griffin and then they released it, that's the other thing they need to talk about, the waivers the waiver claims that they got. Have you guys seen the tape of Chris Paul Jr.?
I have not, no.
I must confess, I have not.
He's aggressive off the ball, which is nice to see. Yeah. Because Ram fans were pissed when they released him. And I even texted Jack. I was like, so, why'd you guys get rid of Chris Paul Jr.? Is there something you're not telling us? We'll get to the Rams in a bit because I'm a little pissed at our brethren here at Belly Up and various other these so-called experts that are saying these things like, oh, the Rams are going to run away with the NFC title.
No, I don't know.
Oh, the Rams are going to do this. Oh, the Rams are going to do that. So there's this. Well, screw it. We'll get to it now.
Well, okay.
There's this sports account called All Sports Update on Instagram.
Okay.
And he does great work. He does a lot of really good things. And every year he does power rankings. He has the Seahawks ranked 21st.
Oh, stop it.
And the Rams at 6.
Stop it.
So, and a lot of the Rams, I understand why people are like, yeah, bank on the Rams because if Stafford is healthy, yes, they're still loaded. That's a gigantic if. I understand his back issue may be okay, but at the same point,
one time and it may not be.
He gets hurt one time aimed at his back. Who's your backup? Jimmy Garoppolo?
Jimmy G. Yeah. Jimmy GQ.
Stetson.
That too.
Okay.
It's all Jimmy Garoppolo, corn star Jimmy. Anyway, I digress. But it's what's with this Rams love? I'm not saying that the Rams deserve to be up there
right now.
Yeah, but I understand the 49ers, optimism, but at the same point, you look at the Niners roster from top to bottom, it's very top heavy.
Yep.
It's Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, Brock Purdy, George Kittle, Trent Williams, Christian McCaffrey, and that's it.
All right. Yep. And Christian McCaffrey is, he's a question no matter what happens, during the season.
He's been a question for most of his career with injuries, but that's beside the point. We're going to the Rams here because
Rams.
The love with Los Angeles is unfreaking believable. And because I've talked to a few people and they've all said the same thing. Yeah, we don't trust the Seahawks because of one guy.
Yeah,
Sam Darnold, yeah.
Because of one guy. You're
right.
kidding me, right?
Right. And he didn't throw for, 3,700, whatever it was. He threw 4 and 40 touchdowns almost. So,
yeah.
2 games. Yeah. Well, we have to be glad he had those 2 games. Really.
Yeah, because the Vikes would have re-signed him
today if he had
Minnesota probably would have re-signed him, yes.
He would have still been on the Vikings.
And J.J. McCarthy would have been on the trade block almost immediately. Immediately. Because you don't take a guy that high in the first round and then re-sign Sam Darnold. You trade J.J. McCarthy almost instantly. And that's where it was going until Darnold eventually did leave and go here to Seattle. But it's one player. I had this ridiculous argument for a long time. You can't judge a team or a season based off of one player. That was an outstanding argument that I would have for a lot of people. It's like, oh yeah, the Patriots are going to win because they have Tom Brady. Really? Because they kind of debunked that argument when he was suspended for 4 games. And they still won without him. Okay? They won
without him after he was hurt in the first game that one year.
Matt Castle, 2008.
Castle came in and they still won 10 games or whatever it was.
11, they won 11 and 5. He won a lot of freaking money because of that season too.
Oh yeah, then he went to KC and we know what happened.
A lot of money.
He was sent straight to the back of the bus after that. But
but it's. I don't look at the Rams and I see powerhouse. I look at the Rams and I see, okay, last year they won 10 games. The Seahawks also won 10 games. Yeah. If it wasn't for the 38th consecutive tiebreaker in a row and a couple other things, Seattle's winning the NFC West. Mm-hmm. They won the NFC West.
Right, and if Geno Smith hadn't have thrown 18 interceptions against the Rams in that one game, then the whole thing is different.
Yeah.
The whole season is different.
Dustin, talk some sense into me, please.
Well, here's the thing, okay? Because when we get to playoff predictions later in the show, you're not going to be happy with me, but I will not. I understand now. Do I think the Rams are going to get the NFC title? No. But do I think they are the ones that are to be the champ? You got to beat the champ, and right now they are the top dog in the NFC West to me because of Sean McVay. I will underestimate the Rams at my own peril. I've done it before. I'm not going to do it again, but they do have some holes in the armor. You look at their running backs, the overuse of Kyren Williams and the over-reliance of Kyren Williams is eventually going to catch up with them. If they keep using
and that doesn't make sense when they got Corum back there.
They drafted
Blake Corum's good.
Yeah,
he is good.
Yeah,
Michigan guy too.
But if they do that, and the thing you both are dead on the money about Matthew Stafford. Now you compare the teams position by position. I would take Matthew Stafford over Sam Darnold right now, but Matthew Stafford healthy and Matthew Stafford with a healthy back, even his advanced age. You give me 1 year of either guy, I'm taking Matt Stafford. But the problem is that is a big if, but where the Rams, I think, could still surprise some people because they did it last year, is the defense. I think that Sean McVay is smart enough to keep their offense going. The loss of Cooper Kupp, I hope he balls out in Seattle. I'm starting to think that he will, but I do like the Devontae Adams signing. I think he has something left. I think he's got something to prove. But the Rams defense was a lot better than people thought. Now, I do think some regression is going to happen. I think the NFC West is going to be closer than people realize because
I agree too.
I'd say there's 2 games difference between at least the first 3 teams. Excuse me. And it's going to come down to the last 2, maybe the last, just like last year.
Yeah.
The last game of the season. And I think this whole division is going to be bunched up together. Yep. And so it's anybody's game. I couldn't care less if it's plus 550 or not. Seahawks win the NFC West. I would take that bet and I would do it today. If I was in Vegas.
Yeah, I didn't look at the Rams and I saw, oh my God, they're going to beat the brakes off of teams. It's like,
they're not going to.
No, they're not the Philadelphia Eagles.
No,
and they might have a game because everybody was sleeping on the Rams last year, and they took the Lions in that week 2 game. They almost beat the Lions. And that is more of what the Rams
almost beat Philly.
Yes, that is more of what the Rams ended up being last year. But I don't think they're going to replicate that because everybody's going to be expecting it now. Everyone knows their defense is good. We thought their defense was going to be junk after the Aaron Donald retirement.
I didn't.
I know you didn't. But a lot of people.
I was one of those rare people that said Aaron Donald's retirement may be the most beneficial thing for the Rams to happen to them in quite some time. And it sure as hell did. Anyway, speaking of defensive players and all pros, there was a massive trade that broke. It was a massive trade that broke.
You have no idea how, well, you might have an idea, but I live right in the center.
The epicenter.
All this occurred.
Let's talk to the resident Texan here in this room. Kevin, how is Dallas burnt to the ground yet?
I would think so. And the most hilarious thing about all of this is because the comparisons began immediately between what the Cowboys did and what the Mavericks did months ago. Okay? The comparisons are amped because you have a guy who's 26 years old. They trade him for a guy who's 29, who's older than him, who's an all-pro, has been all-pro, and some draft picks, just like the Mavericks did.
Okay. We didn't even get to the whole brunt of the issue. So Micah Parsons was traded last night, for 2 first-round picks to Green Bay.
Right.
Well, Green Bay traded for him in exchange for 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark.
Right.
And I texted a friend of mine. I said, "That's it."
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, and the comparisons between that and Herschel Walker are way overblown because Herschel Walker generated 8 draft picks or something crazy like that.
Something stupid,
like five something.
This is not that at all.
Russell Wilson got the Seahawks 5 draft picks and 3 players.
Yeah,
2 of them were two first, 2 seconds, a 5th. Shelby Harris, Noah Fant, and Drew Lock. Who, by the way, Drew Lock is back on the team. But anyway,
yes, and he won the backup spot, so he
did.
Sure, good for him. But it's how the hell did you undersell Micah Parsons?
I don't know, and this is all on Jerry Jones.
Yeah, where is Jerry in this? I saw.
Excuse me, I'm right here. Okay, and I resent your earlier comment that there was only 2 Texans in the room. I mean, what am I? Some chopped liver? Steven, clean my glasses.
I feel like Jerry would have have a glass eye. It's pointed in the opposite. That's pointed in the opposite direction or something like that.
Oh man!
It's in a very weird corner of the room. It's just there.
Yeah,
for some reason.
And I thought that Dustin, you nailed it when Jerry Jones was talking about, we made this trade to stop the run.
Yeah,
good freaking luck.
Ridiculous. He will do anything to justify it.
So okay. The only conceivable reason I can defend this deal is you got a lot of money back in return for Micah Parsons. Lot of money back. $47 million a year.
$60 million, you need a lot of money.
47. That's the hard thing. Did you know that Dak Prescott's taking up a quarter of their cap?
No, but now I do, and that's crazy.
Now you know.
And that's why you got to win when the quarterback's on their first year contract.
Oh, Jesus!
Because after that, and the Commanders are in that window themselves.
Yep.
Because he's on a rookie. And the Seahawks did this when Russell Wilson was on his second year. Because you can pay all these other guys on the Legion of Boom all this money and everything else because he's on his first year deal.
That's a great comment. Jerry's famous quote today. Ask Dak. Speaking of breaking news, Dak Prescott, $80 million a year for 6 years.
Oh man.
Jesus.
Rhyming.
Can you imagine if that actually happened?
No, this is in This is insane. And my uncle is a Giants fan, and he has long said that he hopes that Jerry Jones is running the Cowboys forever.
I
And
hope Jerry
happen.
Jones. I hope Jerry Jones is like in the Walt Disney
That's
route.
a prediction that will come to pass.
I hope Jerry
Okay.
Jones gets like his like Richard Nixon in like Futurama, where it's just his head in a glass
Yes,
jar.
his head in a jar, yeah.
That's right.
You know,
And,
but I mean, it's crazy, okay? Because you gotta give Jerry his props for back in the day having the stones to buy the team. He wanted to win.
And as a business guy,
Yep.
there's nobody better than him.
Yeah, and he
Nobody.
wanted to bring in Jimmy Johnson and everything, but his ego is out of control. If he had one football guy in there, the Cowboys would be so much better than they are.
It's like Elvis Presley, to bring this into a different perspective, because Elvis Presley got rid of everybody around him who disagreed with him.
That's a great one right there. That's
why he wound up dying on the toilet.
Yeah, it's true.
Because nobody could disagree with him, no matter how many drugs he took or whatever else he was doing. If you said anything negative to him, you were gone.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what's going on with the Cowboys, because even Steven has no say about what Jerry Jones does or does not do. And the whole thing began because he wanted to negotiate with the player directly and not his agent.
Agent.
Boggles my mind completely. And so this was completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
It was completely avoidable too.
Avoidable.
Yeah, he didn't want to leave.
And 4 weeks ago he said there's y'all can sleep soundly or something like that.
Yeah, he said don't lose sleep over it.
Don't lose sleep over this, and then
what happened?
And Cowboys fans keep falling under the bus when it comes, because they listen to this dude and they believe what he's saying, and then the rug comes out from under you, and especially because I didn't really pay, because I live here, but I'm not a Cowboys guy, obviously, or I wouldn't be on the show right here. Yes, absolutely. Do you realize who the Cowboys play in Week 4?
Green
Bay Packers here.
Man.
Okay,
that's good.
Can you imagine what's going to happen? Micah Parsons sacks Dak Prescott. He fumbles the football. Green Bay recovers, and they go down to win the game.
Hilarious,
man.
That is a scenario that's absolutely possibly could happen.
It's in play.
What if he sacks Dak Prescott and hurts him?
Mm-hmm.
What does Jerry Jones say then?
Then you have is it Ben DiNucci? Who's their backup? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Oh, it's some guy who looked absolutely. I don't even know his name. And he looked, because they got rid of the backup they had. He's on Philadelphia or somewhere.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, so this is disaster written all over it. And the fact that they got Kenny Clark, that buoys things a little bit. But
at the same point, it's like, that's it. That's all you could get from Micah Parsons.
Right.
A guy who, by the way, hold that thought. Do you know the last player to average 12 or more sacks in their first 4 seasons?
I saw it on Instagram, so I believe it's a cheat, but it is if I'm right, it is a one-time Packer, a Packer legend.
Reggie White.
Reggie White.
Yep.
Hall of Famer, and arguably the greatest defensive player who ever lived.
Mm-hmm.
Reggie White.
Right? Reggie White, or a certain linebacker for the New York Giants, I think.
Yeah,
Reggie White, the last player to average 12 or more sacks in their first 4 years in their career was Reggie White. Micah Parsons is number 2.
Yeah.
Right.
Think about that.
Like I said, he's 26 years old.
We're not even getting to the elephant in the room in this whole discussion. There's 2 elephants in the room we need to discuss here. First of all, do you think the Seahawks were even close to getting involved in this deal?
No.
Not even close.
So I think that if they tried, they were closer to Hendrickson.
They don't do these kind of moves. Almost never. I think Jamal Adams has haunted them a little bit in that regard.
I absolutely agree with you with that.
Because if Pete were still here, this trade would have happened.
It could have, but the thing is, I honestly feel that with Jerry Jones at the helm of the Cowboys and playing GM, you got to have a good relationship with Jerry Jones in order to make trades with the Cowboys. I don't know, or for him to even call you. So I don't know what Seattle's ownership / GM relationship is.
I don't know
with Jerry
that's,
Jones.
That's the thing. But the other elephant in the room we need to discuss is Green Bay's division rival, Detroit, because Aiden Hutchinson's camp is looking at the Parsons deal and going, for Mr. Burns, excellent.
Oh, yeah.
Well, before he gets too comfortable, he needs to prove that he's injury-free.
Yeah, that's the thing. Texter writes in, Deez writes in, Jerry had to have sold his soul to the devil to win those Super Bowls in 92, 93, 95 because the Cowboys have been paying for it ever since. Probably, here's the thing. Jerry had a football guy in Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
When he parted ways with Jimmy Johnson, granted, they won a Super Bowl with Barry Switzer, but that was still Jimmy's guys.
I could have been the coach of the Cowboys, and they would have won a Super Bowl.
But at the same Terra point, the last time the Cowboys were in the NFC Championship game, 1995.
When I was in Hawaii, for crying out loud, that's how long ago that was.
Yeah,
I wasn't even in the continental United States when they last won a Super Bowl.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Fact of the day.
Okay.
There you go.
What we did
and they haven't.
Jesus. Let Jerry talk.
We had to stop the run. We've been stopping the run. I really thought Dave Campo was the ticket to success.
Oh, brother.
Oh my God. Where's the Undertaker when needed the most?
Oh, man.
Just speaking of, I'm pretty sure Jerry did sell his soul to the Undertaker.
He sold it to somebody because, well, here's the thing. He bungled. So I saw a timeline on social media, and I wish I could remember who I saw it from so I could give credit to them. But it basically was like over the course of 4 weeks, the entire Micah Parsons situation deteriorated to such a degree. Do you want to know what head coach Brian Schottenheimer said?
Oh, that's right. Schotty's the head coach. I forgot about that.
He says Parsons is here. He reported, they had the date that Parsons reported to camp. And then it said he is likely to start week 1. A week after Brian Schottenheimer says that, or even less than a week, Jerry Jones trades him. It's crazy.
I feel bad for Schotty because he's a decent coach.
What about the entire defensive staff?
Yeah.
Because they're going to have to revamp their entire defense now.
Oh, yeah.
And, okay, so the other pass rushers for the Cowboys are going to find out, because this is why. Because Parsons had to be double teamed.
Triple
teamed. Wherever
he
lined up, he was double teamed. That's no longer a concern.
Yep.
And so you've got these guys that are going to one-on-one with an offensive lineman or tight end or whomever, and they're going to find out how hard it is to get to the quarterback when you don't have a guy that's getting double teamed somewhere else.
That is a great Hall of Fame worthy comment.
She doesn't miss, man. She's not missing.
That is phenomenal. Add Taylor Swift to the list of names who've gotten a ring since the Cowboys got their last ring. That is awesome.
The thing is, it's all true. Cowboys fans
twice.
Cowboys fans can call us haters if they want to, but it's
because we're not. Let's be clear about this. We're not hating on the Cowboy
fans. Rational Cowboy fans.
I'm not a Cowboys guy. We all know this, but we're not hating on the Cowboys.
No, we feel bad for them.
Yeah,
and
we do.
And you have to, let's say. Because when Luka trade happened, I read it and I was like, no way.
Yeah.
So now you go over here. The only team that's not making trades in Dallas apparently is the Texas Rangers and the Stars. Okay, if you're a fan of these, any other team in Dallas, you better tie yourself down because you don't know who is going to get traded.
Tie yourself down to a chair, and hopefully you don't get taken up by Twister.
That's right, and turn off the internet so your brain doesn't bleed through your nose, because you just don't know. This is crazy. This is absolutely craziness to me, and I understand that $47 million is a lot, and that right there is enough why the Seahawks weren't involved in this.
Yeah, that's the other thing. That's a lot of money for one guy.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of money for one guy.
And I think that, Dan, you've got this nailed. That's all they got was 2 first-round picks and one guy.
Kenny Clark, yes.
Kenny Clark, which he was an all-pro. That's fine. And he doesn't even play the same position.
He's a nose tackle.
That's right. He's a defensive tackle at the very least.
Close enough. But yeah, sure.
And so, he could be a nose tackle, but, defensive tackle, that's not a guy that's getting to the quarterback.
No.
He could. He very well could.
He could, but that's not why usually you have defensive tackles. And so that's where we're trying to stop the run comment comes from, I'm sure.
Do you want to know the funniest part about that entire comment of the whole "we want to stop the run"? Guess who's a better run defender out of the 2 players?
Micah Parsons.
Significantly better is Micah Parsons.
Because Jerry said that the reason he goes, well, when you have a rushing presence like Micah Parsons, what's the best way to defend a pass rush like that? You run at him. And he's like, and we haven't been able to stop the run. It's crazy. It is crazy. Then he turned around. He said, there's no reason we can't use those 2 picks to go get somebody right now. I mean, who you gonna go get?
Jerry might need a mental evaluation done. I could have made a better trade for my housewife position. Jeez.
But this, get one of those where you drop some ink on a paper and see what you see.
Yeah,
and maybe that's what he needs to be subjected to that.
Yeah, good point. Oh yeah, the Rorschach test.
Rorschach, yep.
Okay, right. That's what it is right there. So.
Rorschach test. That's correct. We do need to get to playoff predictions, but before we do that, when we come back, we will get to the aforementioned postseason predictions and predict the 14 teams that will make the 2025-6 NFL playoffs. So hope you guys are ready. Hope you're ready for us to be loudly wrong. So
yeah,
here we go. We'll be right back after a word from our friends over at SeatGeek. This show ain't free, so time for some ads.
Hey everyone, it's Ryan from No Credentials Required to talk to you about one of our newest partners at Belly Up Sports, SeatGeek. Yeah, live sports is great on television, but the feeling of being at the arena is a priceless experience. That's why our friends at SeatGeek are there to help you find the best tickets at the best prices. Not only can you get tickets to sporting events, but you can also get tickets to concerts, comedy shows, musicals, and more. Search for your desired event now at SeatGeek.com, enter promo code BellyUpSports at checkout, and you save $20 off your first purchase. SeatGeek. Life's an event. We have the tickets.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Use the promo code BellyUpSports in all caps to get $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek.com or the SeatGeek app. So, you guys ready to predict how the NFL playoffs are going to go?
We're ready.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we're going to go AFC first and go from 7 to 1. So,
oh boy. All
this
right.
will be fun. And
okay, so all right, so I'm ready.
I'm gonna lead off right out of the gate and be proudly wrong, and I hope Ryan's watching because I have the Jets making the playoffs.
Oh, all right. I struggled with that because I'm going to be doing a similar show for No Creds in a week or so, and he's not going to be happy with me.
I have the Jets making the playoffs at number 7, followed by, unfortunately, the New England Patriots.
Wow.
Oh okay. Man. Okay.
That's my first stunner that's my first stunner here. I have the Patriots at 6. Number 5, the Denver Broncos.
Okay.
Number 4, taking the AFC South, I have the Houston Texans. Number 3, the North, Baltimore. Number 2, I have the defending AFC champions, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
And number 1, I have the Buffalo Bills taking the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Wow. All right. So you got 3 AFC East teams in there.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's why I have the Jets making the playoffs to start things off. I'm a believer in what they're building with Aaron Glenn, Justin Fields. That defense is real. But also, I think that Justin Fields has a chip on his shoulder, and he's going to benefit from that. They also have a demon at receiver with Garrett Wilson, former Ohio State guy. And they have a secondary that is Sauce Gardner and a few other guys, but the front 7 is where I think they're really going to shine. Will McDonald, Quinnen Williams, Michael Clemens, Quincy Williams, and Jamie Sherwood. They're going to help carry that defense. And, the difference here between former head coach Robert Saleh and Aaron Glenn is that Aaron Glenn takes no BS.
Yeah.
The Patriots, Mike Vrabel. That's it. Mike Vrabel's a great coach. And that was a perfect fit with him to go to the Patriots. And they basically did turnover. And New England got some of their old players out, got some of the old players in the old regime out, and brought some Vrabel guys. Denver, that roster's for real. That roster's for real, and Sean Payton's going to get that team going. Houston, I don't trust anyone else in the AFC South other than the Texans right now. Until proven otherwise, the Texans still take the South. Baltimore, the only reason I took Baltimore is because the rest of the AFC North is a turnstile. Pittsburgh, good freaking luck. Cincinnati, I'm sorry, but Mike Brown's got to go, or at least just feed him to the Undertaker. Kansas City's weird because on paper, Kansas City should be the best team in this conference. But when I watched a lot of their games this past season, they were all close. They were all very close, like unfathomably close. And then Buffalo, I'm a believer in. There's this running joke on this podcast called the Church of Josh Allen. So I'm a firm believer in Josh Allen, the reigning MVP, and I think Buffalo's going to take the AFC top seed, but it's going to be close. It's going to be close. Last 2 games of the season. Now in the NFC side, we'll get to that later. But Kevin, what do you got, my friend, in the AFC playoff predictions?
In the AFC, and this is where the first surprise is going to come in, because I've got the Cincinnati Bengals playing just enough defense to win a wild card spot.
Okay.
They're not going to start off 1-4 like they've been doing in the past. And Trey Hendrickson will give them just enough defense to get there. Then in the next spot, I've got the Los Angeles Chargers. I hate saying that, Los Angeles. Okay. They've got some good stuff building over there. And even though I don't like their coach, I like their coach, if you know what I'm trying to say there.
Oh, yeah.
And then I've got the Denver Broncos in the number 5 hole. And for all the reasons you just said. And Houston, I've got winning the South because there's no one else to trust in that division. I've got Kansas City in the 3rd spot.
Wow.
Because they are, in my estimation, the tougher division than all these other guys. Then I've got the Baltimore Ravens in the number 2 spot. And I've got Buffalo in number 1 because Josh Allen, and I don't believe in the rest of that division, Jets included. I'm sorry, Ryan. Okay. But so that's the way I see the AFC going.
All right. Dustin, what about you?
Well, Kevin's bracket is pretty much the same as mine. My AFC wildcard teams are the Bengals as a wild card for the reasons Kevin said. It's not because of their defense. It's because I think their offense is going to be able to put up numbers at such a clip that they and I really like Chase Brown at running back. I think he's going to have a big year. He's going to balance out that attack. So and I mean, come on, they got to contend with Cleveland and Pittsburgh in the division. As you said, those two, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good for either of those teams. So the only other team they have to worry about in that division is the Ravens. So that's why I have the Bengals squeaking in a wild card. And then next, I do have the Chargers because I'm with Kevin. I think the AFC West could be one of the more competitive divisions in football because I dislike Jim Harbaugh, but he is already turning that team around. He is already turning it around. I like the addition. They have Omarion Hampton at running back. I like the addition of Najee Harris. I think it's a good fit. I think he will have a little bit of a rebirth. And Ladd McConkey's for real. They re-signed Keenan Allen. Maybe he rejuvenates a little bit with Justin Herbert back at quarterback. They have some familiarity, some chemistry there. So I got the Chargers next. Then I have the Broncos because the Broncos are legit. And as much as I dislike Sean Payton for what he did, benching Russell Wilson and the comments that he made and all the stuff when Russ had him in playoff contention, he is a good coach. He has turned Denver around. And if you have a young, talented quarterback in this league, you got something. Okay, division winners. I, like all of you, have the Texans winning the AFC South. The rest of that division's a dumpster fire. Sorry, I can't trust Jacksonville. We'll see how Luke Cohen.
Jacksonville's a toss-up to me.
They're
weird,
mercurial.
On paper, they're like,
yeah, like they could do something, but you don't even know if Travis Etienne's going to be with the team. You know, there's been things swirling around him. So it's just, I don't know. Like, I can't get their identity. And Trevor Lawrence, you don't know what to make of him anymore. So you got the Texans. Then in the AFC, I have the Ravens winning the AFC North. But I think they come in at the 3 seed because the Ravens, as much as they are talented, they have issues. They have issues with just they choke. And I don't want to say choke, but they shouldn't have lost that game against the Raiders last year. They had no business winning that game. Then I have the Chiefs at the 2 because I think the regression is coming, and I don't think the AFC West, as we just discussed, is going to be a cakewalk like it has been in years past for the Chiefs. I think even Pete's going to have the Raiders more competitive than people believe. I think they're going to surprise some people. That division's going to be tough. And then the Buffalo Bills at the number 1 seed because I'm sorry. I want to believe in the Jets. You made great points. I wanted the Seahawks to go look at Justin Fields, but then I saw some of Justin's throws. His throws in the preseason have looked. He was missing wide receivers like crazy, and it shook me a little bit. Also, Breece Hall at running back. He hasn't been as dominant as he looked for those stretches. Now, I don't know enough about the Jets' offensive line to see if they've made improvements to help. I think Aaron Glenn will turn this team around. I think they're starting to build something, but I don't think they're going to make it. And when you get to the Patriots, it's going to take Vrabel a little bit to turn that around. And then, the Dolphins, forget about it. So I think the Bills have an easy path to the number 1 seed. That's why their division, the rest of the division around them, I think the Jets are the only ones that could possibly give them fits.
All right. I'm going to shock you guys with my NFC predictions.
All right.
Who's ready to
so bring it.
Who's ready for some chaos?
Oh, I'm ready.
At number 7, I have the Carolina Panthers.
Oh
man. Okay. All right.
And I will tell you why. I think Bryce Young this past season has showed some flashes of, hey, you can do something here. And they drafted this kid from Arizona State or Arizona, Tetairoa McMillan, who is a 6'5" animal at receiver and can run. I think he might be the Jamar Chase for Bryce Young. Okay. The offensive line has shown some bits and pieces of flashes here and there, and the defense, Derek Brown's an animal. They have a few other guys that you can count on and be like, all right, let's see what they can do. J.C. Horn, phenomenal corner. Bobby Brown's also still there, formerly of the Rams. But I'm curious. But one of our former coaches, Dave Canales, one of the quarterback coaches with Seattle, he's shown some signs of like, hey, you can get to Bryce Young and make him show his flashes, and they have shown that. So, and also because the Falcons are going to Falcon, and the Saints are a dumpster fire.
Okay.
All right. We got some
What about the
discussion
Bucks
coming on? Okay.
Number 6, I have the Washington Commanders. I think they're going to take a bit of a step back. I think they're going to take a little bit of a step back, but not by much. It's one of those things where you look at them and you go, hey, maybe they had their time, but we'll see. I could be wrong. I'm very proud to be wrong. Number 5, because we just talked about them a couple segments ago, I got Green Bay.
All right.
I have Green Bay, and because it's Micah Parsons, Xavier McKinney, and who else on that defense? Granted, that defense is still really good, but Jordan Love has shown some questionable decision making in the last couple years of his career. He has. And if they're going to go far in the playoffs, Jordan Love's got to clean up his act. Number 4, I have winning the NFC South, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is Tampa Bay's receiving core is for freaking real. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, they drafted this kid, Emeka Uboka, from Ohio State. They got Sterling Shepard is still there. That offensive line is still really good. Baker Mayfield can sling it, and that defense has some good playmakers. Antoine Winfield Jr., Jamel Dean, Levante David's still there for 14 years of his career. Vita Vea's still there, and they also got Hassan Reddick from the Jets also. I think they're going to be a tough out in the NFC. Number 3, actually, I was wrong. I'm going to switch out Carolina. No, actually, I'm going to keep. I was debating. I forgot about the Rams.
Oh, you forgot about the Rams.
I forgot about the Rams. I was like, because I have Seattle number 3 winning the NFC West. You know what? Switch Washington with Carolina and put the Rams at 6. Now I feel better.
All right.
Now I feel better. Okay, so Washington at 7, Los Angeles at 6, Green Bay at 5, Tampa 4, Seattle 3. Seattle made more moves. Seattle made more moves than the Rams did this past offseason. And if that offense, we know the defense is there. We saw it last year. The defense is there. If the offense is remotely better than where they were last season, they're going to win this division. Number 2, Detroit. Detroit took a step back because of the losses of coaching, a couple losses in the player department. Number 1, the reigning champions, Philadelphia. They're just, who's going to top them? The rest of the NFC East, with the exception of Washington, is a dumpster fire. So let's run it through again. Washington 7, Los Angeles 6, Green Bay 5, Tampa 4, Seattle 3, Detroit and Philadelphia 2 and 1. Kevin?
Okay.
What do you got?
Let me just say right off the bat that I am not a believer in the Matthew Stafford back. Okay? I think he goes down, and the Rams are doomed. So my surprise team comes from the NFC South, but it's the Atlanta Falcons. I have coming in here at number 6 because I like the way they're moving in their offense. I like that there's a new coach over there that's going to properly utilize their offensive talents. And as you mentioned, New Orleans is a dumpster fire. I'm not believing in Carolina, so that's going to help them. Then in this spot, I had Green Bay, but the trade they just made, I'm going to move them up a spot. Washington Commanders are in this spot. Step back, I think, but they're still going to win, make the playoffs. Then I've got Green Bay here. I think Jordan Love, I've been talking about him all preseason. he gets it together. Their offensive line is better. They cut their sacks down by a half what they had the year before, so I like that. And then I've got the Seahawks in the number 4 slot, winning the division for all the reasons you just said. Tampa, I've got number 3, same reasons. Got Detroit at number 2. Everybody's making such a big deal about the coordinators. I understand that, but it comes down to the team. I think Detroit's going to be strong again, but unfortunately, they've got the defending champions, as you mentioned, Philadelphia. I don't see anyone knocking them off the block, especially now that their division, as you mentioned, Cowboys sliding back. Maybe win 6 games. New York maybe win 6 games. So
I think the Giants can surprise some people. Like they got 4 or 5 guys on that front seven that can really punch people in the mouth.
Okay, be that as it may. So I got Philadelphia at number 1. So I've got Atlanta, Washington, Green Bay, Seahawks, Tampa, Detroit, Philadelphia.
You don't have the Rams making the playoffs.
I have the Rams missing out in the playoffs altogether. I like Matthew Stafford as a player. He's a gritty guy. He's shown that he can get it done, but that back worries me a whole ton. And I just don't see him playing the whole season. He goes down. Jimmy Garoppolo is no one that I'm going to put any money behind him. So if he stays healthy, then take Atlanta out and put the Rams in. But I just don't see it happening.
All right, Dustin, what do you got?
All right, I've got some chalk and I've got a little bit of spice here. So all right, so my first wild card team is the Packers because I think that the Packers, Jordan Love is going to do what he does, and Packers fans are going to come after me all they want, but until he proves he can cut down the interceptions and the bad decisions that he makes, they're gonna have some work to do. They are too talented. They will make the playoffs. That defense surprised a lot of people in the playoffs last year, including the Cowboys. They were shell shocked.
Yeah,
but I'd say the addition of Micah Parsons takes their defense to another level. You don't add a player like that and take a step back defensively. I don't think it's possible. Also on offense, they finally drafted a receiver. We'll see how he pans out. But Jordan Love, I think his Achilles heel is he's going to try to force the ball in a little too much, and it's going to go sideways. Okay. Next in the wild card slots, this is where I have the Seahawks coming in. Now let me say this. The defense, as you said, is there. The offense, I think, is going to shock people. Des made a comment earlier that maybe they should employ a wishbone, but I love what the Seahawks are doing. I love what the Seahawks are doing because they did not hire. This is a plan now. You're starting to see it. And you got to give John some credit for this, I think. They did not hire an offensive genius. They didn't go get Ben Johnson. He was a finalist, but they didn't go get him because they figured you got Kyle Shanahan in the division. You got Sean McVay. You're not going to get somebody that is going to out offense those guys. Sean McVay in particular. The guy's an offensive genius. So they went defense. They said, we'll go in a different direction. They are doing the same thing with the offense this year, and I think it's going to surprise some people. We joke that they have more fullbacks on their roster than the entire NFL. I think that's an intentional choice. They are bringing back a brand of football that is a bygone era. This is a pass league now. They're going to bring back the run, and I think it's going to work. But I think it's only going to work because the NFC West, I think, is going to be so competitive that I think the Rams barely eke out winning the division, and the Seahawks right behind them at a wild card slot. That's what I think happens because I know the 49ers are not going to be as bad as they were last year. As much as I hope for it, and Jonathan Gannon, I'll say it till I'm blue in the face, he will have that Cardinals team prepared, and they have talent at key positions. They will be a tough out as well. So the NFC West is going to be a meat grinder. Now, after that, my final wild card team is the Commanders. and that is a product I think they will do good. They will do well this year. They might take a little bit of a step back, but they're going to be a victim more of the fact that the Eagles are in their division. So they can't win their division because I think the Eagles are better than the Commanders, but I think the Commanders get in to the wild card. Next, I have the Falcons winning the NFC South.
Wow.
I think it is finally their year. Because here's what I'm going to tell you. Mike Evans, I love Mike Evans as much as the next guy, but eventually he's going to regress. It's going to happen. Also, Chris Godwin, he's not coming back until I believe possibly week 9. So they won't have him. He's coming back from that ankle injury.
That's right.
And I think that Bucky Irving is going to take a step back a little bit from where he did last year. I don't think he's going to surprise people. Now their defense, as you said, they've got some talent there. But there's something about Atlanta's offensive talent. I think Raheem Morris, he's got another year under his belt there. And I just have a feeling about Michael Penix. He looked so good when he came in spots last year. That Tampa Bay Atlanta game was one of the best Thursday night games of the year. I enjoyed it. So I think the Falcons finally do it. You can never predict this division. Next, I have the Lions winning the NFC North, but they're going to take a step back. They've lost too many personnel. Dan Campbell's going to have them ready to go. They still have talent in key positions, but when you lose that many coaches and you lose some of the players, the continuity, they're going to suffer a little bit. They're going to scuffle a little bit, just a hair, but they still win their division. Then where did I leave off now? Then I kind of screwed that up. Let's put the Rams in where I just put the Lions instead, because I think the NFC West is going to be more competitive. Then I'll swap the Rams and the Lions because I don't want to seed the Rams that high. And then I've got the king of the NFC right now, the Philadelphia Eagles. Yep. Come on. They got it all over the place. The GM, the ownership, they have players everywhere, and people want to play there because they got a shot at winning. And people are hating on Jalen Hurts way too much. Now, do I think Saquon Barkley is going to do exactly what he did last year? No, but he'll be good enough, and they have weapons everywhere. Literally
everywhere.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Do we have a
digest that? Okay.
Yeah. That's the funny thing about doing this show is I don't like doing predictions. I think predictions are stupid, but these are fun.
Yeah, no, they're fun. We're gonna be totally wrong.
There's fine.
Wrong, and
for all we know, the Cardinals may go undefeated.
Yeah,
this is not a bold prediction like what we're going to be making tomorrow on No Credentials Required show, but they will not go unbeaten. I'm pretty confident in that, saying that.
All right, I'm agreeing with that too. I may be the most wild out of all of us. I had the Patriots in.
Yeah, no, but
I think Dustin and we have Atlanta.
Yeah.
This is a fair point. Fair point. Michael Penix says he can sling it. He can sling that ball.
He can, but you could be right about the Patriots. Drake May.
That's the division to make some moves. If
Drake May can sling that football,
he can.
He's got expanded of an arm. And
if Stephon Diggs is anything what he used to be at one point, he's the number one receiver. He's let's say he's better than any quote unquote number one receiver the Patriots have had. Correct. And I was with you on Carolina, except the only thing I would say, if Adam Thielen was still there, I would say that your Carolina.
I like him in Carolina too, Dustin.
Yeah, he was great, but the Vikings traded for him. He's back on Minnesota now. So I'm just a little worried because Bryce Young really started to rely on Adam Thielen, as crazy as that sounds.
They also have this other guy, Jalen Coker, who's a big weapon, is a big target down there in Carolina.
Yeah.
The Panthers are very high on him. So I think the offensive line may improve down there in Charlotte, but until proven otherwise, I still got Tampa winning, but it's it's a we'll see what happens kind of thing.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts to close up shop for the night?
We brought it.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything. We started going a little crazy, and then we brought it back in. But this
We
is
landed
what we
the
do.
plane.
This is what we do.
That's right.
We do that. The BS Express just every now and then goes off the rails. Lifeful sound.
Yes, it is. Yes,
It's great.
I'm behind it 100%.
Yeah. Kevin's serving the whiskey on the train. He's serving.
That's right.
And then
Let's get
Dustin's
this
serving
rolling.
the pastries.
Just need to know if you want ice with it or not.
I'm not much of a baker, but I can bake some bread, But if you ask me to start doing pies and pastries, I'm gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, don't ask that over here either. That's
I want to make a sourdough so bad.
Oh yeah, let's try it, Dan.
No,
Over the winter, you and I will get in there.
Sourdough? No.
Wow, really? No. Kevin is not a fan of sourdough?
Oh man,
absolutely not. No.
Wow.
I gotta try it. Yeah, no, I'm down. And also, okay. I guess I do have a final thought now because you just jogged my beautiful mind. I'm like Russell Crowe.
You're welcome.
Pizza dough recipes. What's your go-to? Because I want to find the perfect pizza dough recipe. I've got one that's pretty good, but it just doesn't put it over the top. And I figure you, Dan, being from Long Island, you're in an area that has great pizza. It's got better
the pizza capital of the Northeast. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, people in the city would like
Connecticut's pretty. New York is the pizza capital. Is the pizza capital of America. This is a hill I will die on. Yeah. The entire state of New York is the pizza capital of America.
I've had pizza in New York City myself, so I can sign off on that.
Connecticut can go piss off.
Ryan's gonna come in with New Jersey. He's gonna say something about New Jersey. I know it.
No, Ryan, don't do it. Don't do it.
No, Ryan, no. New Jersey does subs fantastic. You give me New Jersey Hero, I'm down. You give me a hero from New Jersey, chicken cutlet, pepper, tomato, bacon, Munster cheese with salt and pepper vinaigrette.
You keep the mustard.
Done.
All right.
I'm down for that. However, New York takes the pizza by a mile. Connecticut, piss off. So
all right. But do you make your own doughs at home? Because I'm trying.
Here's the thing that I do. I have the opportunity to make pizza dough because my fiance was in the baking industry for 10 years. Uh-huh. So she does make a mean pizza. But what I've done is a little thing called broke boy pizza.
All right.
So,
what's this?
So hear me out.
This should be interesting. Bring it.
So hear me out.
Okay.
You take 2 tortillas. Okay, 2 big tortillas.
I don't like where this is headed.
Just hear me out. Hear me out, okay? It's great. You take 1 tortilla, you put some cheese and some sauce on top of the tortilla. Then you take the second tortilla and put it on top of it. So basically you get like a quesadilla, and then you put cheese, sauce, pepperonis in there. I put bacon bits on there as well because I'm feeling generous. And then I'll bake it in the oven at 400 degrees for like 5 minutes. Quick.
Sounds like you have
easy.
Personal experience with this.
I've done it. It's great.
Okay.
I'll get behind this.
So it's a quick and easy snack because if you want to get in a pizza craving, it's awesome. But also it's helped because it's not as much bread as actual pizza.
Fair.
But it still gives you that taste of pizza. Now, I also do a little trick, and I put a tiny, ever so smidgen little bit of brown sugar on there.
Oh, wow. Okay. What, for some caramelization? What do you got going? Okay.
Yes, correct, for some caramelization. So
let's get a comment from the audience, my honey. What do you think? She likes it, no brown sugar.
All right, cool. Thank you, Mrs. Wilson. Appreciate it.
All right, now, Kevin, have you ever tried your hand, you or Mrs. Wilson, at making your own pizza dough?
She has. Okay, so bring it, my honey. What do we put? How do you make it? What do you do with it?
I don't remember, but yeah.
You don't remember, but yeah.
Okay. All right.
Direct quote. That's a direct quote right there.
She don't remember, but yeah, that's good. That
So what
works.
I'm diving down the rabbit hole because I've tried a recipe. A lot of people say you got to use semolina flour. That's for pasta for me. People say you got to do 00. Some people are like you can use all purpose. I've been using bread flour because most of the recipes that I see are bread flour, and then it's just water, yeast, and I like to put a little bit of olive oil and a touch of salt in there. And we're trying it, but I think what I really need is a pizza steel. I gotta get you gotta get the oven hot. I put my oven as hot as it can go, but I think I need to preheat the pizza steel in there so I can get that sturdy, crispy undercrust. I need that.
The key to all that is to have the pizza. Is it steel? I don't know.
Pizza steel or stone. There's two.
You put the pizza on that and then put that in the oven.
Or you can smoke the pizza.
All right. I never thought of that. I do have a smoker. I could give it a shot.
Hear me out. I'm sure it's out there.
All right.
I'm sure it's out there. Kevin's looking at me like, all right, this may be a good idea.
Again, so
all right.
What? Come on. Let me be creative, dang it.
No,
Okay.
I love the poor man's pizza,
Hey, I'm all behind creativity.
I know you are.
So bring it.
Look at the flag behind you, for God's sakes. The flag
I would
is
just say that the concoction you just talked about, add some mushrooms to it, and I'm down.
Yeah, there you go. I also I made a beef stew the other day. I made slow cooked beef stew the other day.
Okay, I'm definitely down.
So what I did was, I love how we ended the show with food.
Yeah,
like clockwork, like clockwork.
I know.
So what I
sorry.
did, no, it's fine. So what I did was, I would coat the stew meat with like flour, salt, and pepper, and a little bit of cornstarch. And I would shake it up, and I would sear it, a little bit of oil, a little bit of butter in a pot, because there's a lot of meat in there.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. Cook it for a little bit and throw it in the slow cooker. And then I would take some fresh garlic, shallots, and chopped onions, throw them in there. Salt.
No.
Okay, take the shallots out and put
the onion. The onion. No.
Just hear me out for a second.
No, it's good.
Just hear me. So I would take the shallots, the onions, and the fresh garlic. It has to be fresh, whole garlic. Can't be chopped.
I'm down with that.
So you saute the whole thing. Okay? Throw in the slow cooker after it's done being sauteed in butter. And then you take red wine, you deglaze the pot with red wine, so you get all the bits and you get all the bits and stuff out of there. Throw in the slow cooker.
Okay.
And then
where are the carrots?
Get into that, and then you take a cup and then you take 1.5 cups of water, dump it in there. Salt, pepper, garlic powder, rosemary, thyme, red pepper flakes. Throw it in there, and you let it sit in there for 6.5 hours on low. So you let this thing sit in there. And then what I didn't put carrots in it. I put on top mashed potatoes.
Oh man.
Well, you put
I'm into that.
I put the beef stew on top of mashed potatoes. I put the beef stew on top of mashed potatoes, and hold on, I got a picture of it. And then I charred up broccoli in the oven. I was very proud of this.
No.
I love broccoli, so I'm with you.
No.
And you for someone.
Look at that. Do you see it on the camera?
I see that.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
That's what I did.
Nice.
Okay.
I was very proud of that. And it's just, if you do this right, the stew meat is gonna melt in your mouth like butter. That's the whole point.
I'm gonna try that. And you seared it just enough to get the flour taste off,
yes,
right?
You get the flour taste of it off and the cornstarch flavor it off. Now what I was also recommended to put a splash of beer in there also.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can do that.
So like as a beer batter kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So
like some onion rings that I'm very angry that I left in the work fridge, and they're going to be bad by the time I get there on Tuesday.
No.
That sucks, Dustin.
Oh no,
that sucks. But I also I love that slow cooker because I have fun with it all the time. I made you guys have had broccoli cheddar soup, right? From like Panera Bread.
I would rather jump off a moving train than eat that.
When did Kevin become the food critic out of all of us?
He's always been that way. He is not critical of much, but if you talk about a food flavor profile that runs afoul of Kevin, he will let you know.
That's right. That's a concoction that just
broccoli cheddar soup is awesome, Dan. I'm with you.
Okay, so what I did was I made broccoli cheddar jambalaya.
Oh man.
Oh,
I had fun with it sounds repulsive.
But it sounds like a
hear me out.
It sounds like a raisins and goldfish situation.
No, it was not. No. It was not a raisins and goldfish. Don't get Dee's involved. She's gonna make fun of me. And she's from Alabama. She's gonna make fun of me with like
I don't make fun of anybody that talks about raisins and goldfish.
Okay, fine. You all suck. It was broccoli cheddar soup with slow cooked with pulled chicken, and it was chicken sausage. It was and rice. It was awesome.
All right, I mean that sounds pretty good because I didn't realize that you were going chicken sausage. I'll sanction that.
Yeah,
now.
It was good.
I thought you were going straight. I mean,
no, what the hell am I, a psychopath?
I don't know. And then I thought you were going to be like, I threw some shrimp in there and some Old Bay and some corn. I thought you were really going to meld the two.
How about some chicken pot pie soup?
Chicken pot pie soup. I'm down for that. Yeah,
I can bring that. Okay?
Yeah, you could do that like a chicken and dumpling.
As long as you don't put that. They try to put that stuff on the top, that crusty thing that gets all soggy and everything. Keep that off of there.
Jesus. Jesus. Yes, I know, Deez. I messed up jambalaya. That's because it was the only time I made it. It's the only time I made it. My mother makes a mean jambalaya. She makes a mean one.
All right.
So if I would never make it again. I would never make it again because I know people like you would probably shoot me, but that's a whole other story for another time. Yes, I know it's sacrilege. Just can I have my fun, please? I'm allowed to be creative, all right?
And I won't forget, I will try those King Cake Oreo truffles. You mentioned them in the Discord and on NCR.
Yes.
I'm gonna grab
there
them.
It is.
I'm gonna
there
grab
it
them.
is. We gotta get going, lads, because
yes, we do.
We will close up shop for the day. We will see you guys next Friday on what is it? September 8th?
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's the 5th, isn't it?
Yeah, it's probably
Google. September 5th. You're right.
Oh man, yeah.
That will be 2 days before D-Day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Wait, what? No, that's wrong.
Yeah, because the season starts next Sunday.
You said D-Day.
Well, D-Day is when we, took over the Europe. That's where the start of us taking over Europe. So
D-Day was in December.
Well, it's
June 6, 1944. We were both wrong.
I was going to say, I think you're thinking Pearl Harbor, Dan.
The Seahawks.
I'm a history nerd. I know this.
All right.
But Kevin, I think, is using the expression D-Day to say it's 2 days before everything kicks off.
That's right.
Fine.
Yeah.
Because that same day, there's a game that day.
This is true.
That night.
We'll preview that game and we'll talk some stuff on that Friday.
And then we'll know about the Cowboys because they play the day before that.
This is true. True. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dan Cruz. I'm coming to you from the beaches of lovely Long Island, New York. Dustin's coming to you from the capital region of Albany, New York. Kevin's coming to you from the great state of Texas. This has been Seahawks Sessions, and good God, we will see you on this side and we'll through the next one. And I promise I will not mess up jambalaya ever again.
That's right. And
here first.
Go Clemson.
We're going to bed. Good night.